The first one is something that bothers me, but it's not a big deal, but I want to make a big deal out of it. And it's tweets. There are so many tweets nowadays about football, and some of them just seem so unnecessary and repetitive. I see like and okay, there are these image tweets where they tweet out like a good, really nice looking picture that someone takes. If it's like if I'm following a photography account, I would be really impressed with the things I see. But they're not photography accounts; they're football. Usually, I want to follow them for information or for interesting things. But they can just get so repetitive. And I mean, these guys will pump out 5 or 6 tweets a day, and then like especially PFF, Pro Football Focus. They've got like 4 different football Twitter accounts, like PFF football. I guess it is Pro Football Focus. So they're already there's like the PFF main account, and then fantasy football, and then like college. There's just too many accounts, too many tweets that end up coming out, and they start to look really what is the word, repetitive, over and over again. And they all sort of use the exact same emojis in all of them. I decided to go through and find just in the past month how many use that like 2 eyeball emojis where like the 2 eyeballs are like looking to the side like, ooh, like what are they doing over there? And they use it so often. Here's a quick compilation of all of them really fast, and I don't know how fast it's going, but if it's going too fast, just know that there are a lot of them. It was at least 15 just in the past month. And then I decided to also look. There are a lot of them with fireball emojis, like the fire, because people love calling people they're on fire. And here's a compilation of all those. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. You see them, and it's just getting a little out of hand. I wanted to take a look at some of them and kind of explain why I think that they're taking it a little too far. Here's one tweet that I found. It was July 28th, so about a week and a half ago. And it says Ramondre Stevenson is slimming down for a more versatile role. And then the eye emojis, of course. And it says Ramondre Stevenson is down to 225 pounds via Doug Kyed. And, do we really need a weight update for every NFL player that's in the league right now? If I had tweeted out every time I lost 5 pounds, well, I wouldn't tweet very often. But if I tweeted every time I gained a pound, I'd be tweeting every single day. It just seems like such. I know it has some necessary role to, like they said, they're explaining he's looking for a more versatile role. But then the picture they have of him is him holding a football like he's going to throw it. Are they expecting him to play quarterback next year? Is that why he's losing the weight? And yeah, there's I don't understand. I don't understand the point of the tweet. It seems like they had information. They're like, let's just take a picture and then put words on it and send it out. And that's what they do a lot. Here's another one. Will Cooper Cup repeat as wide receiver 1? Eyeball emoji. And then it says the picture was via Rams NFL. So they took this picture straight from the Rams NFL account, or NFL Twitter account, and then they didn't even put any words over it. They didn't do anything. They just reposted the exact same picture, but just with the caption, "Will Cooper Cup repeat as wide receiver number 1?" And he's like staring at you like, "Oh." There's no reason for this tweet. You're not giving me any information. I'm not getting any update. Like, he's not injured. He's not more prolific or anything. It's just, here's the picture that they had of him. Let's repost it and add a little eyeball emoji. There's some more. There's a couple more. Here's one. Keenan Allen over DJ Moore. Eye emoji. And it's a quote here. I would draft Keenan Allen over DJ Moore. And that's from Jared Evans. Now, if you don't know who Jared Evans is, you're not alone. Neither do I. And I don't know why I should listen to him I don't even know who he is, and yet I should take his word that I should draft Keenan Allen over DJ. But this is like such an odd tweet. It like has so little information, and it's from like such a non, you know, what's the word? It's not from like some big source. It's not like the coach is saying, "Oh, I wish I had DJ Moore instead of Keenan Allen on my team." No, it's like some guy who's saying, "I think that Keenan Allen is going to do better than DJ Moore," which neither of them are like top 1 or top 2 receivers. They're like maybe in the top 15. And it's like, okay, well, I'd probably switch these guys. It's like it seems very pointless. They're like I just imagine them walking around in the office at PFF, and they're like, "What did you? Do you have any ideas or thoughts?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm probably gonna eat a ham sandwich today. Ham sandwich. Ooh." They write it down. They take a picture of his ham sandwich and they post it on their Twitter. Jared Evans wanted to eat a ham sandwich instead of a turkey sandwich today. And they put in the little quotes, and it's like really dramatic. Obviously, I'm greatly exaggerating. That seems to be the sort of vibe that I'm getting, and they're just trying to fill their space with content, which I guess is what I'm trying to do. This is like my third episode within a week, so I don't know why I'm getting onto them for trying putting out too much unnecessary content. But regardless, here's another one. Don't forget about Terrace Marshall Jr. And then it's a link to a web, a news or not a news article, but like an article on fantasy football. They're trying, and I don't understand. I don't know who Terrace Marshall Jr. is, and so it's gonna be hard for me to forget about him if I never knew him. So I probably am not gonna draft this guy. But I guess okay, I guess that has more point. It was just funny the way it was read. And look at this. The last tweet, which was 2 days after this tweet, the last one that I just showed you, 2,500 likes, 300 comments. This Terrace Marshall one, 40 likes, 9 comments. I'm not alone. I don't think anybody knows who Terrace Marshall is, unfortunately. And so nobody's going to, you're not going to convince anyone that he's going to break out. I suppose if there was a tweet about Nico Collins, which I'm sure there is, that probably had just as many likes because nobody knows Nico Collins, the wide receiver 2 for the Houston Texans, who was drafted last year. He's a second year. And I think they did a breakout wide receiver article on him. Nobody's going to know about those guys. It feels like they're trying to pad time waiting for the NFL season because they need to keep, viewers viewing. And as long as you take a good picture of him breaking somebody's ankles, you got it. You can tweet that out there. All right. Last one. And it's, are you drafting Etienne this season? Travis Etienne. And it has these two stats: total yards, 1,272, and total touchdowns, 8. Except it doesn't say where they're getting these stats. It doesn't say these are his projected stats, or these are his college stats, or, this is, I guess those are the only two options, or they just made it up. They're like, obviously, me as someone who knows, he was injured all last year, so he didn't get these numbers. But it doesn't even say anywhere that they're projected, or that, he. It's so odd. Like I saw another tweet like this where it was Cooper Kupp, and it was saying Cooper Kupp's projected stats, they're crazy. It's like 1,800 total yards or whatever, and like 50 touchdowns, not 50. But it said it was projected. This doesn't say it's projected. For all we know, they're just saying he got this much. He got it this year. We already know. We went to the future. We came back and found out that he ran for 1,200 yards, got 8 touchdowns. So I think I'm probably going to draft him with that information that I now have from these time travelers. And that's all I have on the tweets. Tweets, man. Some people just will fish for whatever information that they can get. That's the thing. If they have an audience, if people are liking these tweets and they enjoy watching, like reading them and looking at them, they can go ahead. I just see so many on my feed, and they're all so repetitive that it doesn't feel like I'm really, enjoy, like I can really consume this for a long time without just being like, this is so boring. This is the same old thing over and over again. I just feel like they should shake it up a little bit. Just switch it up. Maybe come out with instead of a tweet with words and a picture, maybe do like a bunch of big words, but then put little small pictures in between them. I don't know. That is just one guy's idea.